Ever try to figure out Tim Keller? Tim Keller is a wonderful preacher, very intellectual. That's like trying to figure out Rubik's Cube. Well, tonight we're going to look into a brief 2-minute speech of his. I might have a longer commentary of human beings are programmed to be self-righteous. Kind of like the inclusivity, the exclusivity thing. It's something to wrestle with, especially if you're a Christian. So, let's take a listen, leave a comment, hit subscribe. Here we go.
John Haidt, in his book, talks about the righteous mind. In his Righteous Mind book, he talks about the righteous mind. At one point, he actually says he believes that human beings are programmed not just to be righteous, but to be self-righteous. There is no doubt in my mind that that is the main problem. The reason why we haven't had a pluralistic society. It's not just that people believe that they're right. Everybody believes that they're right. Everybody. If you're an atheist, if you're an agnostic, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, you believe you're right. Your take on spiritual reality is right. The real question is, how self-righteous are you? How condescending are you? How disdainful are you? That's the question. All I can tell you, those who are here who are Christians, you've got something in the very middle of your Christian faith which ought to destroy self-righteousness and make you, at the very least, agents of pluralism and civility. It's the idea that you are saved by grace alone, not by your good works. I've got a Muslim family on my floor, a Hindu family on my floor, an atheist couple on my floor. And because I'm a Christian, I know that I'm not saved, I'm not a Christian, I don't have a relationship with God because I'm better, but because of God's grace, because Jesus Christ died for me and I believe in him. It's not because I'm a better person or a smarter person or a more moral person. So when I talk to my Hindu or my Muslim or my atheist neighbors, I have every reason to expect they could be better people than me. I have every reason to believe that their husbands could be better husbands than me. Every reason to believe that. I have every reason to believe they might be better people than me. Why? Because my understanding of how Christianity works, how salvation works, is that I have no basis for that kind of superiority. So there really actually is something in the very center of Christianity that ought to make us, those who are Christians, someone who really can be part of making for a pluralistic society.
Okay, so that's old-time preaching and teaching that you're just not going to hear anywhere and everywhere. And it is a challenge, definitely. Now, when he speaks of pluralistic society, I had to look that up a bit because he is a little more intellectual than I am. A pluralistic society is a diverse society that accepts and tolerates a variety of cultures, religions, and beliefs. In a pluralistic society, people with different backgrounds can express their views and practice their beliefs without fear of reprisal. The benefits in such a society is that people allow each other to coexist, but do they? Pluralism reconciles differences between shared values. Does it? Look what happened in the past, say 6 years, pre-COVID, the past living to now. Pluralism provides space for compromise and new ideas. It might. And pluralism does provide a broad social peace. Yes, temporarily. We're still sinners. So saying all that sounds good, and it's walking a very fine line. But Tim does have a good argument there in that what happens is, as a Christian, we are to separate ourselves from sin. However, when I was a social worker in Los Angeles County, and this is taking a secular view like he was and did, we were always programmed to go out and work with families who were not all that well, but to find out, like a Venn diagram, what was good in each of them. So to find out their strengths. Now, here's the issue is, do we try to convert the people of the culture to become more like Christians? Or do we try to become more like the culture? We may be in it, but we're not definitely of it. Now, all do deserve respect and dignity. I agree with that. However, when we have an exclusivity in our Christianity, we also need to look at the flip side. Like, this is what the problem with the Democrats is. They believe some of their ideas are great. That progression, but really we regress into sin. Nothing's new under the sun, because they believe their idea is superior. In fact, they want to eliminate the Christian idea, so they're no longer tolerant. This is where we started. We became tolerant of such things, of things that were taboo decades ago. So we no longer learn to disagree agreeably. We just shut them out, and that's a problem. We say, oh, we'll have an open mind. That's how we got trapped into accepting these cultural ideas, because both view their own way as superior. So someone brought up the idea, well, there's violence and fundamentalism. You'll fight for it. But have you ever seen somebody from the Amish religion, like a terrorist? No, because that's not what they do. Yeah, unless you're defending your family, then that makes something. Are you defending your country? Yes, you have a reason to. Now, it's interesting, this group, Veritas from New York, and he's speaking at NYU, seeks the truth together. The only way the truth's going to be found is the way Jesus told us. And this is why the Christian does have an advantage. He said, I am the way. One way. I am the truth. One absolute truth. All of us may have truths, but we lie. We lie to God, we lie to each other. We don't stand up to that standard. I have the way, the truth, and the life. If you're ever to find life, it's not going to be accepting one another, because we'll kill each other. We don't like each other. Human nature. If we're ever to find life and to truly love one another, we are to learn from the Lord Jesus. Hey, that's tonight's word. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, leave a thought, and hit subscribe. Thanks for joining us. God bless. Have a great night. Don't forget, share Jesus. Lord keeping me around, Lord keeping you around. Lord willing, Lord tarrying. I'll see you next time.